Chajin Shalom.
Yeah.
I was telling
Brew is a wash, which also represents starting by washing ourselves. We're washing the tea, and then I put a little bit of water in the teacups just to show that the teacups are cleaned with hot water before we start to use them. It also heats the cup up a little bit. More of a greeting like this. So traditionally, you're gonna grab the top like this with the claw, and the bottom's clawed like this, and it's always two hands centered. So we'll be centered, and then for the most part, you can hold the tea in your hands until you're finished with the cup. And if you want to just take a couple sips, you can bring it back down here to your heart, so it stays here. And then if it's hot, you can take air intake with the tea. So you're slurping a little bit. So for example, like.
Okay, but you always want to hold it with two hands.
Two hands, yep. One hand here, and then the other comes like a claw. There you go. Perfecto. See, you can bring your thumb a little bit down in the back. So I know you know the little history on tea, the Camellia sinensis, right?
I never knew that. I mean, this is the first time I heard that.
So like in Japan and China, if they're ever referring to tea, it's specifically one plant.
Yeah, that I do know.
The Camellia sinensis.
Yeah, because I know.
So I was meditating too, and I wanted to bring a good tea for us.
Right.
So this tea is from 1996, and it's a shon, so it actually was never artificially fermented. And the people that sold it to me told them like it was like a very sacred, and the people actually pray over it while they're making it, and it's like comes from a deep family lineage.
Wow.
So this was yeah, you can check that out. Look at the wrapper.
From where, bro?
This one comes from Yunnan, China.
But this is from 96?
1996. It's been stored.
That's 22 plus 4, 26 years?
26 years old.
Bro. Did you obviously...
So I know tea goes hand in hand, like in a lot of ways with shamanism. It was like discovered by the ancient shamans, the tea plant, and obviously the shamans were back in the day the people who knew the environment, which plants to consume, because they were the ones experimenting. So tea goes like a lot of hand in hand with Taoism, and the Taoists would drink a lot of tea. They would, meditation in the mountains, and they were always drinking tea. So they also considered it like one of the king of medicinal herbs, like on the top list with some of the bomb ones. And they do talk about like, tea is putting us in harmony with nature. And kind of like what you've always shared with me, it's not necessarily like the tea plant that's got the medicine, but it's reminding us that the medicine is already within us.
Yes, yeah. That's what all the great masters teach, right?
Yep.
Master do.
This is a traditional Japanese way to burn incense. We're gonna burn just a little bit of incense, and the smell is very, very light. And if you feel like we want to make it a little stronger, we can.
Okay. What's that?
So there's a coal in the piece of ash. And then this is a mica plate. That's ash. This is a mica plate, which is actually a piece of stone.
Okay.
And then this one has a little bit of oud wood, so agar wood.
Oh, oud, yeah.
And it has a little bit of sandalwood.
Oh, nice.
And then a type of a plant. You're more than welcome to check that out and look at it.
So this is oud and sandalwood. And
yes.
Something else.
The yixing, so the teapot we're drinking out of is called a yixing teapot. And these are sacred in themselves. They're all handmade. And the reason they call it, it's actually, yixing. It comes from yixing clay mines in China. So they've been mining from that mine for a long, long time. So this is all handmade out of clay, no chemicals. There's all kinds of organic iron and different types of pieces that go into the teapot.
And these are like produced by masters?
Oh yeah.
Chajin masters?
Chajin masters, wow. yeah.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yep. It's all handmade. They have special tools.
And this is the natural color. It's not like...
That's the natural color. It's fired. They do fire them to harden it, but it's pretty close to that color when they start making it, yes.
It's fucking gorgeous.
Yep, thank you. This is samadhi.
That's like
with the water a little bit. This is called a Jin Shui. So this is where all the excess waste, and symbolically this represents whatever we're releasing is going into the Jin Shui, like any emotional trauma or whatever we're dealing with. The first wash is always rinsed into here, and you'll notice usually at the end of the ceremony it kind of looks a little funky, and that's just symbolic for us just kind of detoxing and cleansing and putting into the Jin Shui. And we'll just dispose of this.